Hello guys, so I already talked about CPT, and if you didn't watch my CPT video, you can find link in the description, and you can also check on I button. So please watch that video first and then come to this video. So let's start our video first. So in this video I'm gonna talk about OPT, each and everything, new rules in 2019 right now. I don't know the rules will change in future or not, but these rules are working since last so many years. And I will talk about everything, documents requirement, how many days before you need to apply for OPT, how many days you will get to find your job, how many days you will get once your job will be finished to stay in United States, when you can apply for H1, what are the requirements if for working in employee, and so everything, working as an employee and everything. So do not skip anything. So first of all, what is OPT? So OPT is optional practical training, that is totally optional, like name suggests. You can only work on OPT after you graduate from your university. So whoever comes from STEM field like science, technology, mathematics and engineering, you will get 2 extra years of OPT. So 1 year for everyone and 2 more years for STEM people. So you will get 3 years of total OPT. So now if you are on OPT, you can work more than one employer. Suppose you work in a 2 companies, but your every job should be more than 20 hours. So in one company you can work, if you are working as a 21 hour, and in second company you are working as a 24 hours, then it's fine. If you are working both company 40 hours, then also it's fine, not a problem. It depends on you, but it should be more than 20 hours. That's a condition. So first of all, to understand this total process when you can apply for OPT, how many days you can stay unemployed in United States, and how many days you can get to find a job, let me take you to my computer so that it will be easy for you to understand. So instead of computer, let me explain you in a note so that it will be easy for you to understand and for me to explain everything in detail. So first of all, initial OPT. So your initial OPT will be for 1 year. Once you will be graduate, you will get your first initial OPT. There are such rules for initial OPT, like you should be on an active student visa, then you should be graduated. So your all credits, like if you have 33 credits, then you need to finish all your 33 credits, or your GPA must be more than 3 GPA. Then and only then you can apply for your initial OPT. Because your GPA will be less than 3, then you will be in your probation period. If you want to know what is probation period, let me know in a comment. I'll make a separate video for that, and how you can come out from your probation period, and what consequences you need to take care of it. So right now let's talk about OPT. So when you graduate, like suppose you are graduating on 15th December 2019, you need to apply for your EAD. So EAD stands for Employment Authorization Card, so which is known as a card, but which is known as the Employment Authorization Document. It's spell like document, but you will get actual card, like your like your driving license or your PAN card. So Employment Authorization Document. So you need to get this document. In this document you can find your start date and your end date of your OPT. Then so before you get your end date of your OPT, you need to apply for an extension of your OPT. So we will talk later on it. Right now initial OPT. So how many days before you can apply OPT is 90 days. You can apply for your OPT. Suppose you are graduating on 15 December 2019, you can apply for your OPT 90 days before. And what kind of documents you need for that? So let me take you to my computer. For initial OPT and for STEM OPT, you will need the same documents. So these are the documents you will need for your OPT, regular OPT and extension. So first of all, these three documents you can see here. This document you need to submit your OISS to generate your I-20. So there is form OISS 155. This is the form 155. You can download this from your university. And then you will need form I-983. That I-983 form is only for STEM extension. If you are on your initial OPT, you don't need your I-983 form. Then you need receipt of $100 for that is a processing fee. You are like I-20 generation fee. That's $100. After that, you need documents to mail your USCIS. That is for first form GI-1145. This form is just to get your notification on your phone number or your on your emails. You will get notification if you get approved or everything. Or if you don't want to fill up this form, you need to check every time to your USCIS website and check your case. Then second is you need completed copy of your I-765. You can download from online. Then $410 application fees you need to pay for that. Then 2 color copy of your passport size photo taken 30 days before your filing. Then printout of I-94. I-94 you will get when you will arrive to United States, and it will say that you legally enter into the United States. After that, you will need a copy of your EAD. If you are on a STEM OPT, you will need that EAD card. If you are applying for initial OPT, you do not need that EAD card. Then a copy of your I-20. So you will need that I-20, and make sure you sign in your I-20, otherwise they will reject your OPT or they will send you RFE. Then you will need a copy of your diploma, TAMUK. Like I studied from TAMUK, so there says TAMUK diploma that indicate degree offer. If you do not have your diploma like degree card, then you can submit your transcript, official or unofficial, it is okay. Then you will need a job offer letter from your employer. If you are on a STEM OPT, then you will need a job offer letter. If you are applying for initial OPT, you do not need your job offer letter. Then copy of your passport, then your F1 student visa copy, and make sure you send updated filing address and mail via trackable mailing service. So these are the documents required for your initial and STEM OPT. So let's back again. Okay, so once you will submit all your documents 90 days before to USCIS, they will approve your initial OPT. How many days they will take? So first of all, when you apply for EAD, they will ask you your intended date of your EAD, like when you want to receive your EAD card, so you can take a 60 days. Like if you graduated from 15 December, then you have a 15 January, 15 February. You can take date 15 February 2020. You can choose any date between 15 February to 15 December for your EAD card. So suppose you have already your job offer letter in your hand, then you can take a 16 December 2019 for your EAD card. And suppose you have already if you do not have any job offer letter or anything, something like that, then you will have a 15 February 2020 to receive your EAD card. So for me, I graduated on 15th December, and I told them to generate my EAD card on 5th February. So I received my EAD card on 7th February. So once you get your EAD card, whenever you will get your EAD card, they will mention that date. Suppose you get on, I asked them to generate on 5th February, but they generated on 7th February. So my initial OPT period will be from 7th February 2020 to 6th February 2021. That will be your initial OPT period. So suppose you ask for 5th February and you got a job on 5th January 2020. You cannot work for this employer because you do not have your OPT card. So if you have a job but you didn't have your OPT card, then you cannot work for this employer. You need to request them to wait until you get your OPT card. So suppose you don't have your job and you applied 90 days before. When you apply, you took a date that 15th February 15 February, suppose you took a date for your EAD card, you get your EAD card on 15 February, then you will have a 90 days to find a job. Now if you check on USCIS, they don't say that this 90 days is for finding a job, but they have mentioned that this 90 days you can stay unemployed in USA. Now suppose some people, they don't want to get OPT. Like some people, they as soon as they finish their graduation, then they want to go back to India. So for those people, they have a 90 days if they want to visit some states in United States or travel around United States, so that they can enjoy that 90 days. They can stay unemployed in USA. And the person who wants to work in United States after graduation, they have a 90 days to find a job. They call it, you can stay unemployed, but you can find a job in this 90 days. Now suppose your start 15 February, you got your job on like 15th March. So how many days you stayed unemployed? 15 February, 15 March, 28 or 29 days, right? Because February is 28 or 29. So suppose you stayed 29 days unemployed. So that 29 days will cut from your 90 days. So you will have 61 more days to stay unemployed. Now where you can use this 61 days? Suppose you are working in a company since 15 March 2020, right? Now because of your poor performance or because of any kind of reason, you lost your job or you drop your job on 10th June. Suppose you lost your job, then you will have 61 more days to stay in United States and find your job. So once you lost your job, and suppose you then got your job like 9th July, so you used 30 more days from your unemployment. So 61 minus 30, so you will have 31 days left to stay unemployed in United States. Or suppose your initial OPT and your STEM OPT is expired, then you will have a 31 more days to stay in USA. And suppose some people wants to extend their education, or suppose some people wants to go back to India or go to Canada, they have a 31 days to stay and visit some state in United States, in USA. So this is the condition, like how you can manage your 90 days unemployment. Do not forget that 90 days unemployment, it's how many, like whatever days you use to find your job, they will count as a 90 days in the 90 days unemployment. So for me, I got my car 5th February, but I found my job on 3rd March. So till today I just used my 28 days, I guess. Yeah, 28 days from my unemployment. So I still have a 62 more days to stay unemployed in the United States. So this is the rule for your initial OPT. You do not need a job to apply for initial OPT, but you need to find your job once you get your EAD card within 90 days. So which kind of job you can do in this on your initial OPT? You can be a research assistant under your professor. If you get a job, if you find a job here, it is not compulsory that your job should be a paid. It can be unpaid. It can be an internship, like less than 20 hours will be okay for initial OPT only. For initial OPT you can work as a part-time employer, but if you want to extend your STEM OPT, then there are some more rules that I'm gonna talk right now. So for STEM OPT there are certain rules. So first rule is you should be a full-time employer of your company, so more than 20 hours you are working per week. Then your employer should be e-verified. So if your employer is not e-verified, then you cannot work in your STEM OPT period, that is for 2 years. So even though when you are applying for STEM OPT, your employer should be e-verified, otherwise they will reject your STEM OPT. Then you should get a paid. It should be a paid. Doesn't matter how much you are getting. It depends on state. Every state, like suppose in Texas, minimum pay is $7.25 per hour. So if you are getting only $10 per hour, then also it's fine, no problem, but it should not be less than 7.25. So every state has a different pay rate, pay scale per hour, so it should be a paid. So these are the requirements for STEM OPT, and after that you need to apply for STEM OPT 90 days before your initial OPT expired. So suppose your initial OPT is expired in 6 February 2021, then you can apply for the 90 days before this, so you will get your card as soon as possible. Now suppose you applied on 10th December and your OPT card is expired in 6 February 2021. Initial OPT is expiring on 6 February 2021, suppose. And if you do not have your STEM OPT approval, then also you can continue work till 180 days after your initial OPT expired. You can work 180 days and you will get your STEM OPT approval within these days. So you do not need to worry about it if your initial OPT is expired and you have a job and your STEM OPT is not approved yet. Like, it should be on a pending position, it should not be rejected. If it is rejected, then you cannot work for it, wait for it. So if it's not expired and it is still pending, then you can work 180 days. So these are the rules for OPT initial and STEM OPT. If you have still any doubt, like how many days before you can apply, how many days you can stay unemployed, I think I have explained everything in detail with examples, so you should not have any doubt. But if you still have a doubt, you can comment me below. I will explain you again, and you can give me a call on my WhatsApp number. Please like, share and subscribe my channel, and if you have any doubt, comment me below again. Thank you.